What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flocka with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through. A little bit of energy, man. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. Which I don't know what I'm doing, man, but there's just a couple things like lately I've been getting off my chest and out of my mindset and letting go of it, right? Which I think is important. Transparency is really important, but you do so on your time. You know what I'm saying? So, I notice a lot of times there'll be troll accounts, you know what I'm saying, which I can pretty much pinpoint who's involved. It's pretty self-evident. There's certain stuff that's been said, you know what I'm saying, and certain things that was discussed between just me and one person and whatnot, that no one would know. And that's kind of troubling. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes you can sit there and mislead people like, hey, you know what, man, fucking, nah, bro, it ain't me. And then 9 months later, you fucking put stuff out there that you know only came from fucking one person. So everything that I was thinking from the get-go, I was right. So one of the things that you'll commonly see, man, is fucking mental health and meth abuse and whatnot, man. And so I'm a transparent motherfucker, man. You know, I always avoided those questions and so forth because, especially with family court and so forth, it was always a best interest for me to try to not go into discussions, man. But last year in 2022, there was a time frame to where, man, I relapsed for a little bit. And I was able to stop myself before it got out of hand, fortunately, you know, and a lot of it had to do with everything that was going on, you know, and it just didn't just come from one particular place, man. It came from stuff that was going on, you know, at home. It came from stuff that was going on YouTube. It came from a lot of different angles, man. And, I'm not proud of it, but I don't deny it because that makes me who I am as a person that, you know what, I'm going to make mistakes and so forth. And even in making this mistake, right, I had never got to the point during that little time period, which was a couple months maybe, to where I became scandalous or to where I still couldn't, you know what I'm saying, come on here and do content at the time and be accurate and be appropriate and misleading. I never got those snake type mentalities or the fucking, deviant behaviors and whatnot. This came from other individuals. There's some people who are born with it. And see, I've never been one of those ones that falls in that category as far as being a deviant or being scandalous or cutthroat. There's a lot of other people on YouTube that have their own vices, you know what I'm saying, that they want to hide and they don't want to discuss. And that's their demons that they have to deal with. And those are active demons, not current ones. And so that's the unfortunate thing on here is there were some choices that I made during the time period to where I lowered my guard, and the same people that I thought was they're supportive and, part of the same circle was the ones that were out to get me. And see, this is what people don't understand. People always sit there and say, well, hey, Flocks, you should have known from your prison time and from snakes and all that. And whoa. That's a very good evaluation. But I'm going to tell you something, right? If you knew who I was when I came into this YouTube, I didn't come in with that old mindset. I came in, I was in recovery. And when you're in recovery, right, the recovery community, and the people you talk to, you give everybody an opportunity. You sit there and show that you care about people. You extend a hand to help others. And I forgot that I was outside that element, that I thought people who were coming into YouTube, their focal point was also like mine, which was in the beginning, it was to help people out. And I figured, okay, I could benefit, make money, and do what I love to do, which is help other people. And I'm win-win-win. But it became more about money overall for everybody, and then no work and then so forth. Then that's when it became more of a priority for me, was after I moved. Before that, it wasn't my main priority, and I could still hold, values as to what I believed in and the content I was pushing. Afterwards, it became about the numbers, and, despite all this, right, it's unfortunate that I had that setback, but if I'm going to be transparent, I got to be transparent on everything. And I kind of did one time on a live, admit to this one time, but I kind of deleted it. And the reason being was because there still was family court issues and so forth that I had to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm at a state of mind to where, I'm no longer controlled by anything outside of me. Things are not affecting me as much. I may do these spills to tell you guys what the truth is, But it ain't me over here fucking crying and whining. It's me showing you an example of what this life is like. If anything, this little drama that you guys see, this little conflict and shit that you continues, this is what you may experience in prison politics. This is what goes on in prison. Except for there's a few people who wouldn't even fucking be even close to the mix to even have a voice in any of this, man. And see, this is me being transparent, man. Like I said, there was a period last year to where my, I was using drugs. You know what I'm saying? And it started to evolve. That's when I stopped it. Before it got ahead of me, I had too much to lose, and I've been trying to get back to where I need to get since that point forward. And every time I take a step forward, it's a lot of things try to knock me on back, which is expected. I can weather any storm that comes my way. It doesn't mean that I'm always happy about my circumstances or situation, but you know what I'm saying? I can continue to pull forward. You get what I'm saying? And this is how my life's been for about shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 1 minute, guys. Let me tell this guy. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta go get a key done for my car, guys. So, like I said, man, everybody has their own demons, and the unfortunate thing is that some of these individuals knew it, and instead of sitting there extending the hand to try to help others out, they wanted to use it against me. Yes, they started gossiping behind the scenes and what forth. That's why certain people who started discussing it didn't know what was going on. They started all of a sudden knowing this. And those are not truly people who care about people. Those are people who care about themselves. And it was a whole sabotage fucking, you know what I'm saying, twist. And that's why some of my actions at the time, I didn't see certain things that I should have been able to see at the time. That if I would have been more on my A game, I wouldn't have lowered my guard so much. A lot of times I wasn't wrong, right? But it was my approach to it, which was contrary to what I'm used to. Like even in light of all this stuff that's been going on recently, right? People want to sit there say whine or rant. I ain't done none of that. I've only came on here and spoke facts, man. I have behind the scenes, told people straight up, like, this is what time it is, man. If this is the consequence, let's go full force then. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's all kinds of shit that people have that we're not perfect in life, and we're human beings. You know what I mean? There's people, that maybe they're using their own type of drugs of choice. There's people who may be cheating. You know what I'm saying? Using their income to fucking take care of their second lady. There may be people who doing all kinds of different things, man. But who am I to use that against people? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that if I do use stuff like that against people, at least you're gonna know it came from fucking me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna come from fucking some fake troll account that some people created or some information that they gave to this person over here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come to the forefront. That's why I said fuck this. And that's how man's supposed to do it. I don't believe in a lot of this shit that I see, man. But when people are playing games, you're gonna play games back, man. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is, if people stayed in their lane and worried about what they do, then a lot of things would be a lot better on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But apparently they can't. This is how YouTube is. And people are going to do what they want to do, and you can't control that. But you can't control how you react. And there was times where maybe I overreacted because I took the shit personal. But at the same time, I read the comments and whatnot, and I pose this to anybody, man. Well, if you were being called this, and that, and your family was being called this, and that, how the fuck you going to react? Especially if you're fucking about 1,000 miles away. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one gonna come up and fucking see you. They're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole energy would be different if you were right there. You know what I'm saying? It all comes down to one thing: success and money. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of jealousy. There's been a lot of envy. There's been people who feel like they wanted more of the pie. There's been all kinds of different things, and I really don't give a fuck about none of that, man. My hair is my truth, my story, what I do, and that I'm human like anybody else. And that, the threats of fucking exposing stuff or we got this and that. Well, fucking, you do that. You just showed everything that you guys were fucking. Some people are so sick that they'll portray a character for fucking months to gather information. That is fucking sick, man. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong with people who do that, man. Like real talk, man. There's always going to be narrative spun. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I come to the forefront. That's why yesterday I came in and said, look, man, you know, if people are going to keep on trying to attack this and this and that, let's put everything out there, man. And this bill right here is not even about anybody but me. You know what I'm saying? My truth right now, what I went through, and I made mistakes last year. And my biggest mistake was I trusted those around me that I shouldn't have, because me exposing or expressing what I had going on in my life was used against me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I kind of seen that after a while, and I was hoping that we were better than that. And I was hoping that, you know, that moral compass that people claim that they have, that it was there, but it wasn't there. You know, and I held back for so long, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've still held back because my intentions ain't to try to sabotage anybody. My intentions is just to be truthful, man. Let people fucking do what they want to do on YouTube, whether you agree with it or not. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do a reaction, do a respectful reaction. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with someone, but show people that you can sit there and react to something without them taking it personal. Because there's a lot of egos involved in this, a lot of alpha males. You know what I'm saying? And as hard as they push, they're still not there. You know what I'm saying? Truth crushed to earth will rise again. And what I mean by that is whatever gets suppressed right in the wash is going to eventually come out. Hopefully when it comes out, it's been cleaned. You know, and this is me coming in and discussing my part last year as far as what was going on with me. And, you know, the funny thing about it, right, is say if I was using, right, currently and shit, right, doesn't mean the motherfucker's a liar either. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? That's always going to be used to manipulate people. That what one says is to try to fucking discredit someone. It's all about discrediting, if you guys notice. All this stuff comes in sequences. He did this, this, or that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, the recent mental health and all that. Motherfucker, that's 100% fucking was you messaged me from your phone number. There's no other way. You want to take this to court, we can go to court and you can subpoena the records. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee it's going to show that you text. And it's going to have those text messages. See, Google can look into that. Defamation of character based upon false information could be looked into. People forget about that. You know, and Google is very willing to give up information if it goes to a court case. Like I said, though, you know, those are things that people need to remember. You know what I'm saying? You can only go so far in trying to deflect things. But you can't always deflect the truth. Eventually, it's going to shine on through. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. You know? I've had issues. I've had agendas. You know what I mean? I've never been one to troll, though. That's one thing I can sit there and say that I'm not. You know? I've had issues where I didn't like certain people and shit. You know? And vented. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me have to sabotage anything, no. I'm not that dude, man. I much rather people get along. And that was an issue too, is I was always one to diffuse issues. I could never be part of a team if I didn't go with their plan. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always the dude that was willing to go to the forefront and diffuse the issue rather than accept it. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, look what happened there. You know, and people from there, you know, they play the game, man. But everything comes out. You know what I'm saying? When you eventually start telling people, you know, false shit that they say that you did and whatnot, and you know, when you tell people don't tell me, don't confront me, I mean, that raises red flags in everybody's fucking head, man. Everybody's head, man. And I'm not gonna have to sit there and put people's names out there on that, man. But anyways, this is me coming clean about last year. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? It was a learning experience, you know, and the things in life I was facing at that time were new to me. I hadn't gone through any of this shit yet. You know what I'm saying? I had almost 6 years of clean time to where I had no setbacks. I had no hardships. I had no anything. But I was like a hermit. All I did was take care of my kid, you know what I'm saying? You know, go to work, go to meetings, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, my phone's blowing up. I got to go take care of some things, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Any questions, get at me, man. I'm back on track. I've been back on track, but people fail to realize that, man. Much love, much respect to everybody out there. I don't know if I want to continue this YouTube stuff, man. And if I decide to change my opinion and direction on that, that's on me. Nobody dictates this. This isn't like we fucking had a contract and shit. We signed it, and I got to fucking come off YouTube. If I want to change it, I could change my mind. I don't know at this time. You know, there's been too much negativity that's been going on YouTube, and maybe we need some positivity that comes back. So who knows? I'm gone.